Like Trump makes people feel like it's okay to express your racist opinions.
Giving this guy an incentive to he keeps his job or he goes home. So don't say anything racist, Tucker Carlson. You want to keep your job, boy. So who's the most dangerous group of incels?
Who's the most dangerous ones?
Once you keep it real. Who's the most dangerous group of incels? What's going on, y'all? Girl, Motivate back in this thing again, man, with another video. We're talking about the Buffalo shooter again. I did, but it don't matter. We're good. We're talking about the Buffalo shooter again because this time we're getting the tape from Amazing Lucas. And I think we're gonna have some fun with this one, man. You know, Angie doesn't like Amazing Lucas at all, and I like Amazing Lucas.
I want to check out his earlier video where you said he was a coon.
Yeah, I didn't really rock with him before that. I was kind of rocking with him, but then he would say things that were like, I don't know about that, bro.
I mean, if you used to be a coon before and now you're extremely pro-black, I feel like, that's fake. It's not an act. Your audience probably changed. That's why you feel like, instead of sucking up to a certain type of audience,
I think that he, maybe he was probably like Ruin Leon, but like a little bit more like leaning with the whites.
Ruin Leon is awesome.
Yeah, but I know like that's because like I used to watch him and I was like, okay, I do agree with what you're saying there. But then like I think he's a young dude. But then but then it's like, you know, you're saying this and I think you're defending this guy too bad. He doesn't deserve any defense for what he did, you know. But anyway, let's get into what he said. The title of this video: Republican rhetoric responsible for Buffalo massacre. Let's get it.
So I think we're all aware of what took place in Buffalo with this crazy white supremacist, monster. And I'm going to stop myself from saying crazy because that's the narrative they always try to use. That's a narrative that they always try to utilize. Oh, this person is crazy. When it comes to a black person, oh, they're just naturally evil. That's the narrative that they will always use. And Paul Mooney even pointed this out. It's the constant joke of when the white person goes, well, I just,
What you got?
What is he talking about? The Ruin Leon video we just reacted to? It showed the New York subway shooting guy. If he says he's innocent, he's definitely using the insanity defense. He's like, oh, I'm crazy. There's something wrong with my head.
Yeah, he's talking about a whole totally different thing.
Isn't he black? Yeah,
he's talking about a whole totally different thing.
So I think it's all about the lawyer that you're with.
Come on, man. Do you watch the news?
Can you let me finish?
Yeah, but you ain't finishing right.
If the lawyer give you that as an option that you can use as a defense to say that you were insane, and you actually can go through the test, and test shows that you actually have some issues in your head.
He didn't have to go do it. This white dude didn't have to go do that, so they just did it for him. Is what he's saying. When you're white, they automatically like, oh man, he just had a bad day. The Asian shooting.
I think it's about the lawyer.
When you're black, oh man, you out there killing them folks. You're
yeah.
killing.
So when the legal system is trying to fool you, then it relies on your lawyer to actually do that for you.
Why should it have to rely on your lawyer? Why shouldn't it just be right from the jump?
That's their job. You need to have a lawyer when you commit a crime. Why did you commit a crime in the first place?
You don't understand. Let's get it.
I've been having a lot of stress and I'm bipolar. Oh, that's interesting. We must study it. When the black person says, you know what, I think I'm having a lot of stress, I think I'm bipolar. Oh, really? Well, pick which one of you is going to be doing 20 years to life, okay? Because we will not be having any more of this bipolarness. Both of you are going to be locked up. And even with the narratives, as far as you see with AP, how it's a white teenager, how they say, and then when it comes to other black suspects, it's a black adult male. I'm sick and tired of hearing this bull crap when it comes to the right, because the right is definitely responsible for this. Tucker Carlson, Laura Ingraham, everyone on Fox News, all of Newsmax, all of OAN, all of these right-wing outlets, all of them, okay? All the right-wing pundits that push this narrative, that push this
I mean, are you surprised? Because all the ones that supported the right, you're the one that elected Donald freaking Trump, outrageous racist. Like, he just speak it out loud. It's like all those.
You think he did?
Huh?
You think he elected Trump?
I'm not saying him. I'm saying because he's talking about Republican rhetoric, right?
Yeah.
So I'm saying, like, are you surprised that those people are like that?
Yeah.
That's the president that they're rooting for.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be like that. Is what he's. It just shouldn't be like that. You understand? It just shouldn't be like that. I shouldn't have to rely on my lawyer for the police to do right. I shouldn't have to expect.
No,
these
if you're
people,
talking
Republicans,
about
to do right.
political standpoints, right? Like, Republican side are the one that's like, they're outspokenly racist.
Yeah.
They don't even want to hide it. They're just like
Right.
out there. Now, of course, all the news media like Fox News and all that is going to do that because they're racist.
Yeah, but Fox News is a media company. They're not like an actual Republican. Like, should they be able to say that kind of stuff?
But it's you know how media goes in the States. It's like they're backed by certain power. It's just like, it's, you know, like CNN's backed by the Democrat and then or the left, and then Fox is backed by the right. So of course they're gonna say all those things to try to fuck up people's mind, to try to put those thoughts into people's head.
Yeah, but that doesn't change the fact that it's their fault. Let's get it.
No, but I'm saying because they have all those political agenda, you know.
Yeah. But why should a political agenda allow you to do some shit like that? Why shouldn't the U.S. be in a better spot where it's like we're not
exactly, that's the question. So
yeah.
the question is, why would there even be a political party that's outrageously racist?
Yeah.
Outspokenly racist?
Yeah.
That's the question people should have.
Mm-hmm.
Why does it even exist?
That's what he's saying. He's just saying it's their fault. It is their fault.
Who's they? The political party?
He just said all these names. He put all these names.
No,
on.
it's not those people's fault. It's the fault of everyone that elected those parties, that make those people pass through.
Yeah, and the people that are constantly pushing that narrative on the news, it's only making it worse. Come on,
You
man.
can't control those news because they're news media. They have those agendas. Like, that's what they exist for.
Let's get it.
Bald nonsense. Trump is even responsible for this, 100%, because what they have done is try to attack white people. That's the narrative that they're putting out there, that white people are under attack, that they're losing this country. The great replacement. Oh, white people are going to be a minority. It's we should be fair. The little Timmy story. Oh, my children are going to be harassed and all this. That's what they keep pushing and promoting. And I will say this. The left, the white liberals, are working hand in hand with the white conservatives. They are both. And that's a message that they keep promoting. So it's natural that we get a January 6th, okay? Because many of these individuals are ignorant. And I don't even say ignorant, they're stupid. They're very naive. They're very gullible. They're very low, undereducated simpletons.
I think another thing.
That I agree. That part I actually agree.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of people that, so like those news media, they're not trying to influence people who already have a solid mind, who's trying to do research to form their opinion. They're trying to influence people who are just like, oh, that makes sense. Oh, yeah. Like, they're just like so easily swayed.
Yeah.
So
That's real. And I was just thinking about like how he said January 6th and everything like that. And I think that one more reason why I can kind of understand why black people are more so outraged about this kind of stuff is because when you find out about a black person doing something, they always bring that guy to justice. When a white guy does something, it's like January 6th. These guys are getting slaps on the wrist for actually breaking into a federal building. Like you're getting 12 months for a federal building break-in. You guys, everybody that's a part of that, you guys killed a cop in some kind of way, injured a few cops, and you guys like they haven't even. And some of those guys aren't even getting charged. I don't know what. It's taking forever. And then even this guy right here, he's getting in self-defense. They're doing everything in their power to try to, kind of, slow down his justice or get him something like lighter, So that's why I think that black people are more mad about. They're more outspoken about these issues because like when we get caught doing something, they get us, but when these guys do something, they never get them. You know what I mean? And that's more so what it is. Yeah. Like when a policeman does something to a black man, he never gets in trouble.
You don't know that. You can't say that for sure. You can't say that never. You can't say never.
Yeah, I can't say never,
but
but yeah, it doesn't matter about that. But how often does it happen? Derek Chauvin, okay.
If you're gonna ask how often does it happen, you gotta do research and come up with your own stats.
I see it on TV. What you mean?
No,
I don't need
if you say I see that on TV, you're being influenced by those media.
No,
just
I'm not. How am I influenced by somebody actually showing a court case?
No, I only like if you say how often does it happen, you have to do your research in the past dozen years or how many years.
Real. So anybody that's on the that's watching, like, so when you see this, how often do you think that they're brought to justice? Are they ever brought to justice correctly, or are they always sent on paid leave?
See, like you have to back your stands by stats like Kevin Samuels, even though his stats are always outdated, but still he provided stats, so it makes him sound more like trustworthy.
Okay, let's go.
That's what is I would say the vocal majority of the Republican Party, unfortunately, are very low, uneducated, white, racist simpletons. That's what they are, a bunch of crackers. And that's why many have to detach themselves. Because what we are seeing is the byproduct of such narratives, the byproduct of such racist stereotypes, the byproduct of avoiding and completely dismissing Black Americans' grievance. This is what anti-Black hatred, racism looks like. This kid was 18. How do you get to the point, to what he did? How do you get to that point? By being galvanized by other individuals. And personally, I would say there should be a cleansing on all these platforms when they say such things, because there is definitely a problem.
What do you think about that?
I do agree that when you describe the criminals, like the kids and all that, like who committed the crime, there shouldn't be any additional adjectives. Just state the fact.
I'm talking about what he said about cleansing of all those types of media.
Oh, I thought what he meant by cleansing is like you should just like say it straight instead of like adding all those stuff to it.
I agree with that too, but what do you think about him saying the cleansing of those medias?
What does he mean exactly?
Get them out of here.
Out of where?
Get them off the air.
So who's gonna be the media company then if you fire all of those major ones?
They're gonna have to figure something else out, get new people in.
So if you get new people, new media, they're going to be backed by all those corporations, and those corporations are probably backed by certain political agenda groups. So
we know that, man. We're not asking for the technical Jones.
Yeah, exactly.
Answer.
So even if you cleanse them now, you can't prevent the same thing from happening again, because one way or the other it will happen, because America is so bipolar. It's everything that we run into on a daily basis is like bipolarized by the political views.
But should you be allowed to even say that on the air? Should you be allowed to say things on the air that go against a group of people?
If you say you're not allowed to do that, people are going to be like, oh, that's communism. Like, you can't say your view.
So maybe we need a little small taste of communism here. Let's get it.
On YouTube, on many of these social media outlets, where you have these individuals who say very racist things, and it's all under the guise of, it's a joke, bro, or they...
So somebody saying a racist thing should be allowed?
I don't understand what's the extent of America's so-called freedom of speech. Like, if you say something racist, is that freedom of speech? Is that just someone freely expressing their opinion?
Yeah.
Then you answer the question. You answer your own question.
Should it be allowed? Should there be terms in something? If you want to be on the air, if you want to be on the news, just like I want to be on YouTube, and I can't say, oh man, all these folk, man, I want to hurt them, I want to kill them.
If you...
that's the same thing. Yeah, I should be able to talk, but I should be able to not say certain things, right?
If you implement that rule, then people are going to be like, oh, this is a communism invading our freedom of all this and that crap.
So let them be on the air with millions and millions and millions of people.
Because they'll be like, oh, you are not letting me say what I want.
All right, let's get it.
Use such memes and whatnot, and in his manifesto were exactly the same memes, were exactly the same false, out of context statistics in his manifesto. I want you to understand this. This stuff is real.
No, just think about how bizarre American people are. It's like when the government is trying to enforce you to wear a mask because you have COVID, right? Like, put on your mask, please, because you can give it to other people. People be like, oh, I don't want to wear it. Even though I'm coughing like crazy, I don't want to wear it because it's like my freedom. I don't want to do it. That's so crazy. It's like this is the kind of people you're dealing with when it comes to like saying something that's like racist on the platform. It's the same group of people. Just like he said, it's like they have low education and they're easily swayed by all this media. So, and they think they're American, they're proud Americans, so they have all the right in the world to say whatever they want, do whatever they want. It's a huge population. What can you do with them? That's the question. What can you do with them?
But they should just not be on the air. If you can prevent it, why not prevent it?
The thing is, you don't know what they're gonna say before they're actually on air. So does that mean you have to censor everything? You can't just have any live sessions? It's really hard to draw the line.
I don't know. Like, I mean,
if you censor everything,
but you're giving this guy an incentive to he keeps his job or he goes home. So don't say anything racist, Tucker Carlson. You want to keep your job, boy.
Then again, where does the line draw? Like, yes, we start with you can't say anything racist, right? And then start like you can't say anything against certain like regulations or rule, and then you can't say anything against certain stuff, and then people are gonna be like, oh, you're taking away our freedom of speech. It's.
I mean, but YouTube is like that, and I think it works. It works fine.
How many YouTubers, including you, complain about it? A lot.
I don't really complain about it, and I do think they actually let a lot of people go with it with stuff. There's actually a channel called No White Guilt where they're openly racist. They're openly racist, and they allow it. And I'm pretty sure that guy's monetized with a bunch of followers. Cynthia G, again, she's monetized, even though she says the craziest things. So yeah, let's get it.
I don't want to hear any more of whataboutism. I'll do another video on that, on the Sambos who are trying to tacitly defend what this kid stood for and what he believed. I'm doing another video on that. But on this is definitely a Republican backlash. That's 100% what this is. The whole immigration thing. Because there's a difference as far as being against illegal immigration and the reasons behind it. You can be against illegal immigration, but if your reason, which many of these individuals, many of these white ignorant races, is that, hey, they don't want the browning of America. That is completely night and day from, hey, these individuals are being, paid low wages, which negatively impact, not only people who are uneducated, right, or have a lower education due to certain systemic problems, that it's unfair to actual Americans. That's what it is. Then you go so far as you get really into the right, where there's like, hey, we don't want any immigration at all. I don't care.
Okay, I do agree with that part, because I feel like if you're letting in like a lot of immigrants with very low skills and they're just lowering the wage for everyone else,
right,
I don't think that's a good cycle.
Yeah.
But if you are letting in a lot of immigrants with higher skill sets and all that, I think it's actually pushing the overall population in the States to improve themselves.
Yeah.
Because I think competition is a great way to actually force people to grow.
Okay.
So that's why I feel like I think the government should encourage.
So we should have elitist immigration.
Yeah, that's what the U.S. government is actually pushing right now. It's like,
you broke one, you can't come.
No, it's like you can only stay here if you meet certain criteria. You have that skill set, and the company is paying you a certain amount of money that they can prove they absolutely need you here.
Okay.
Then they can hire you. I don't think it's obviously not fair, but again, if we're thinking about more from like American standpoint, I think that's the way to push everyone to actually work harder. Because if I'm an American citizen and I know the company can hire someone from like abroad to replace me. Yeah. That will make me want to improve myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense, but we know that won't happen. Let's get it.
Care if it's legal, it doesn't matter. We want white. That's what we want. We're going to import people. We need to import people from Sweden. We need to import people from European places where it's predominantly white. There's a lot of problems in. You
know why the American can't import all those people from the European countries?
Why?
They have better social welfare over there. Why the heck would they come here? Like, why would they abandon their perfect life and come here?
Yeah, that's real. I mean, well, what about like Eastern Europeans trying to come over?
Reading what this.
Oh yeah, that's because they still have some kind of like, what do you call it? Like, not riots, but like some like social issues, right?
Yeah, but then again, I guess like Eastern Europeans and like regular white dudes kind of they kind of have like a small, I guess, disagreement with each other in a way. I guess I don't know. It's weird. But let's get. I think
they're not the same group of people.
Yeah.
Of course they're gonna have disagreement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But let's get it.
Can't believe. This goes also back to the incel problem. There's a serious incel problem within the white community. It's serious problem. And when you lack social awareness, you lack social dynamics.
What do you think about that?
I think incel exists in all kinds of race groups. I don't know why he pointed out the white.
I don't know. It just seems like it's more serious in the white community, though.
I don't think so. I think there are a lot of incels in the Asian community and the black communities too.
Yeah. I guess the white incels are the ones that come out and do something about it.
Think about all those black 304s that are just roaming on the internet. Why? Because of the black incels.
Black 304s?
Yeah.
What is that?
Black thoughts, black holes.
Oh.
Like they're they think they're so entitled to all kinds of stuff. It's because of all those black incels that are like hyping them up. That's the group of incels we're talking about. White incels might be different. Asian incels might be different. They all have different characteristics, but I don't think any.
So who's the most dangerous group of incels?
Who's the most dangerous
Yep.
ones?
We should keep it real. Who's the most dangerous group of incels?
I would say probably white because they have the most resources. Like they can get their hands on. But again, black incels probably can get their hands on illegal weapons. White incels will get their hands on legal weapons with parents' money.
Who's
So
done the most out the incels?
I don't know. I don't have stats.
White guys, let's get it.
Dynamics, right? In order to speak to a woman or speak to whoever you're attracted to, it leads you down such paths as what we found this guy to be. All right, talking about nationalism, and we need to do this, and the foreign invasion, and white people need to stand up for our country, and see you in Valhalla and stuff like that. They lose their minds. All right, it is sad to see, but we are seeing this time and time again, and this isn't the only one. That's the funny thing. People are acting like I'm seeing a lot of white supremacists and racists talking about, oh, they're just happy they finally got a white guy.
I actually think the craziest or the most dangerous group is not white incels. It's white elites. Like they're kids because they grew up with everything. They're not prone to being rejected. So once they step into society and actually feel rejection, sometimes they just can't take it and they snap. And their consequence can be very severe. So I think those actually very dangerous people because they look decent, they have decent job, they have everything, they seem like they're harmless, and even if they did something wrong, they have an elite team of lawyers that can get them out of situations, so they just feel like they can do anything. Those people are really dangerous. Yeah.
Alright, let's get it.
And they're finally happy. No, this isn't the first one. The only difference is this has been happening since at the beginning of time, honestly. As far as all of this that's been going on, it's been happening. It's been happening, as we said, with police. Many of these white supremacists have badges. We've been saying this. The only difference is that now there's no way to avoid it. Moving forward, honestly, I don't know how Trump, given this, you can't vote. I wouldn't vote for Trump. As much as I like his character and his personality, I couldn't do it because Trump would promote, all right, whether he did it intentionally or not, he would embolden people like this. Because he would embolden what happened on January 6th. That is unacceptable and we cannot sustain that as a country. Anyways, guys, that's a video. Let me know what you guys think. Whether or not you look, there you go with that racist talk, okay? It's everything's about race, Or if you believe, yes, there is. There are many things that are about race. And whether you choose to acknowledge it or not, it's not really my concern. I'm just going to tell you how it is, okay? Deal with it. Now, if you happen to have a disagreement, Dave, well, you're in luck. Because...
Alright, that's it for the video right there, man. Y'all let us know what y'all think about it. What did you think?
I agree with his last statement, too, about voting for Trump. It's like...
What about what he said about race?
He definitely boldens it. He makes... Like, Trump makes people feel like it's okay to express your racist opinions. And, that's definitely led America to a different direction.
Yeah, but what about what he said about like how like people always say like don't bring race into it. It's not always about race, and he said mostly it is about race.
Sometimes not, and I do feel like sometimes, as people of color and as people of like even myself, like I'm an immigrant, right? So I feel like I do think of that first. Like for example, if I'm being treated differently, I would think about, oh, is it because I look different? Is it because I come from a different country? Is it because when I talk I have an accent? Is it because of this and that? But sometimes it's not that. Sometimes it's just who you are, so like but again I do feel like
most times it's about race.
No, but I do feel like you can't avoid thinking that way. You have to train your brain to think differently.
I don't think that's realistic. I think most times it is about race, unfortunately. But that's it for the video right there. Y'all let us know what y'all think about it down in the comments below. If you watched it to this point, appreciate you watching, and we'll see you next time.